This is a video on how to save battery on your phone and tablet. I mean, it will really work for either one. You don't have to own both. I'm going to do this on my tablet since I use my phone to record. First one is don't use Task Manager so much. As you can see right now, I have a ton of apps available, like there. Now, I can kill all of them, and then I'll go back to my Task Manager. Now this one, only the status bar comes back up, but when it's connected to internet or it's a phone, more actually open up, and so it takes the battery to kill them, and then it takes more battery to open them up. Another thing is use launchers. Launchers actually use less battery than the stock launcher that it comes with. And many people say, well, no it doesn't, because it runs both your stock launcher and your launcher at the same time, which it doesn't, as long as you have your launcher set to default. Depending on what launcher it is, though, it might use more or less batteries. Another simple one is don't use live wallpapers. They're cool and all, but I'd rather have an extra hour of battery than to have lights run across my screen. Another super simple one is to change the brightness, which is in display and stuff. That's kind of interesting because everyone's like, oh wow, that's like the beginner step, but 45% of people don't change the brightness from the day they get their phone. The thing is auto screen rotate. If you always use your phone in portrait mode, and the only time you ever switch it is because an application makes you unclick this, because when you turn it sideways even a bit, phones have the tendency to think you just flipped it on its side, and it will rotate, which takes battery. Then screen timeout, obviously, I'm going to set that to low. Then I can't show this on my tablet, but if you're in an area with really crappy service, then, I mean, this is really simple. Turn it off. Turn airplane mode on. Now, you think this would be simple, but you wouldn't believe how many kids I hear complain at my school because they leave their phones on when they have no service whatsoever, and they come back an hour later and their phone is dead. Now, you don't have to do this, obviously, if you're like gonna drive 5 minutes in the country and you won't have service. But if you're gonna be in a building for a few hours when you know you won't have good service, turn airplane mode on. Another thing is, if you have Wi-Fi available, use it instead of your 3G. Not only should your Wi-Fi be faster, well, I mean, if it's a private one, it will be. But when it does 3G, it constantly checks for 3G towers all over the place and takes up more battery than the Wi-Fi. Another thing that you can do is, when you are running an application in just like a game or something, don't use your music. It really messes with the system to put the audio output from the music and the image from the game, because it should put the audio output and the image from the game, which ends up taking more battery. These are some basic ways how to save battery on your phone, and some non-basic ways. Hope this helps.